Discouragement. Every Christian faces discouragement of various kinds at different times, and although discouragement is an internal process, it is often triggered by external experiences. Therefore, how we respond to discouragement is important, as our response impacts both ourselves and others. The Apostle Paul speaks of this in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 through 18. And he writes, "So we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal." Paul, better than most, understood that struggles and opposition are an inescapable part of Christian life. Therefore, a Christ-centered attitude was needed so he could rightly process discouraging events. Then, watch blessings grow out of them. For the believer in Jesus Christ, there are corresponding realities playing out in our lives. On one hand, we may feel the afflictions of physical life increasing as we serve the Lord or as we age. We also must cope with persistent forms of external resistance from the enemy. On the other hand, we should be equipped to experience inner spiritual refreshment that strengthens our faith, sharpens our focus, increases our determination, and energizes our capacity for worship. Now, I realize not all Christians think of life's difficulties this way. However, I suggest Paul is explaining that our perspective of discouragement is what makes the difference. First, Paul told himself that he would not lose heart. For him, discouragement was not given permanent authority over his life. We see this as he uses words like not crushed, not driven to despair, not destroyed, etc. In effect, Paul told himself that difficulties were expected, temporary, and not authoritative. Plus, he used his energies to strengthen his resolve to persevere for Christ instead of focusing on his suffering. Second, he viewed the circumstances of life within an eternal frame and through an eternal lens. This effectively shrunk the severity of his struggles within his thinking to being light momentary affliction. This also amplified the differential of earthly suffering with an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. It is healthy to keep this difference of the earthly to the heavenly realms in our thinking. For we now see only a reflection as a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. The difference between now and then, between earth and heaven, is unimaginably huge. Paul gave attention to spiritual heavenly realities, knowing they are not tangible or physically visible at present. He recognized the limited nature of our earthly struggles when compared to heavenly realities which are both unseen and eternal. Knowing that this time on earth would come to an end, as it does for us all, Paul constructed an inner framework of thinking that lived towards his eternal heavenly destination. Heaven represented far more than the absence of pain or of rewards. It was the place of God's ultimate glory. He knew the correlation between suffering now and his future capacity to praise and glorify God in the next life. Having this eternal heavenly filter through which he viewed and evaluated his life, Paul was strengthened to persevere with genuine joy while serving the Lord and the church. I'm Lincoln Forlong, and you can view the transcripts of the pastor's pen, including Bible references, at focusbiblechurch.com.